Animation for most people begins with getting the idea down through designs and sketches first. Depending on if you're working in a studio, all those jobs are like sort of split up. So you might do design or storyboards, or like you might write scripts and stuff, but all of that is just pre-production. And then once you get into animation, you have people doing rough animation, which is just roughing out like all those poses and then filling those in the in-between stage. And then there's cleanup to make it look like the final line. And then after that, you have colorists to color it and compers to comp it. I picked animation as a career a little bit later. So like when I got straight out of high school, I actually went into UTS first to study interior architecture. And I really enjoyed it, like the process of model making and stuff, but I just realized I really wasn't good at drawing straight lines. And then animation sort of like was another thing that was done in a space really close to that. And so I kind of did pick animation on a whim. I saw a lot of like a friend's work, Riley Miller. I saw a lot of his work when he was studying in that course, like in the animation course. And it just looked a lot more fun and looked like way less like rulers and stuff. So that was initially why. My characters are usually based on something in real life. I'm not really good at designing characters from thin air. I think a lot of people at uni were really good at doing that, and I think I just realized I like don't have that ability. So I think like a few years ago I just started doing caricatures of like political characters because I get a little bit obsessed with the news. I've been trying to like pull back from that now because I get so stressed out like thinking about that stuff, so I don't really do political characters anymore. A recent project that I've worked on, it was a YouTube series. It's for a YouTube series that just came out called Eat Out America with Maddie Madison and Benny Blanco, and they did an episode featuring Little Dicky. And so me and like my friend Paul Rhodes, he's like part of the same studio, we did some animations for that. So they're sort of just talking about like eating food at like Jewish delis, and they're interviewing Little Dicky, and they're talking about like how he used to make prison fifis when he was a kid, which is like little toy, like it's a little sex toy. And I think he's in like high school or primary school, and he was just describing him fucking it in front of all his bunkmates, and it's made out of like a jar and a glove and like a bunch of lube, and then we're just animating that. So great content, wild stuff. And then like another one that I did an ident this year for MTV, and that was just with myself, and I've been experimenting a lot more with doing animation in color and like with pencils. So I've been doing a lot of that. That ended up taking a long time just because of procrastination, I reckon. I think when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an animator or a cartoonist, but like mum and dad were always like, that's not really a real job. Like, you should think about being a scientist or an architect or something. So I guess now I'm following through with like what Kid Me kind of wanted to do. And I think I'm lucky because I found a job that I really like, and that it doesn't drain me too much looking back at like the previous projects. Like they're stressful at the time, but once I'm done with them, I'm usually like always really proud of them.
You're right, Cecil.
Oh no.
Tired?
Do you want me to hold the mic for a bit? Changing your stance.
We just try and see if
Oh man.
it removes.
Like you're getting ready for the
Just
upcut.
mind talking to each other, just looking at each other and as you work.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, cut.